guys, you are welcome to the pilot episode of Lines and Rhymes. My name is Wealth Wilson and this is Lines and Rhymes. If you do not know, Lines and Rhymes is a poetry talk and game show. We invite the best poets from around and we have conversations and poetic games with them. So definitely I will not be doing this show alone. I have with me two amazing poets, spoken word artists, performance artists, whatever they choose to call themselves. Let me introduce you without much ado, Delight Olumati.
Hi guys.
Hey, you're welcome.
Thank you so much for having me.
So Delight is a writer, she's an author, she has a published book, she's a voiceover artist.
Yeah.
And she's a speaker as well. She is also called the Smiler, aka Smiler. Smile for us. It's good to have you here.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you too. And we have the gentleman, the good-looking Agbeye Ogburumo. I got that right, yes?
Yeah, you did.
Okay, you're welcome on the show.
Thank you. It's a pleasure.
So Agbeye is a writer, he's a poet, of course, obviously, and an animator and techpreneur. What does that mean?
Techpreneur. Basically, I'm into web development.
Oh.
I build mobile applications and all that. So. Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
Techpreneur.
It's good to see a young man who looks good, is a poet, most importantly, and an entrepreneur or techpreneur, whichever works for you. You guys, you're welcome.
Thank you.
Okay, so you already know the 411 on Lines and Rhymes. What we're going to do is we're just going to have little chit chats, play more games that are poetic in nature, because I mean that's what you're invited here to do. And in the long run, we would do the spontaneous rendition, right? So there are lots of surprises in for everyone, for myself, the poets, and also our audience. So without much ado, we'll dive straight into what we have for you, but not until we come back. Welcome back. This is still Lines and Rhymes, and my name hasn't changed. It's still Wealth Wilson. I still have Delight and Agbe here with me. So guys, this is one of the fun parts of this game, right? Basically, this segment is called Can They Work It? Now, it is self-explanatory, but I'm still going to do you the honors, okay? So on this segment, the both of you are supposed to come up with a synergetic poem based off on the theme that I will give to you. So it's like a surprise segment, right? So I give you a theme and a subject, and the both of you have to, I don't know what you will do, but you have to come up with a synergetic style where you can work together and create magic.
Wow.
So are you ready? That looks like no. That looks like no.
Yeah.
Delight, you ready?
Yeah.
Yes. I got you. It's going to be easy, I promise you. All right, so for this segment, your theme is the apocalypse. And your subject to work with is, why is the color black? Your time starts now.
Wow.
Why is the color black?
The color is black because the night has come.
And sometimes when it comes, it brings memories, and as a creative, it brings words that we've left for the day to carry with it.
And sometimes there are voices from the darkness preaching doom. And we see vivid pictures calling our names from different directions like an angry mob.
And so, as we remember, our mind takes us back to places we've read words and questions like, if yesterday was to be wrapped up in a box, what would you want to see first?
What I would want to see first are images of greatness spawn out of my power of creativity, my ability to conjure up words and build the colossus from the abstract world.
I have never imagined that. I never see myself in an abstract world. I always see myself in a world where colors can form words and words can be translated as colors. If given a chance to go back to a box of my yesterday, I'll take out my family first.
And sometimes our minds are mopped clean of every trace of boldness and strength. We are fickle, feeble, and lily-livered. afraid to take the next step because the next step is a steep of uncertainty. Our legs wobbling, our grip is lost.
And so again, I would say that that forms the beauty of the tomorrow we've not seen. I would say that makes up words that we would love to see build up on themselves. I would say that alone is prophetic. I would say that alone is worth looking forward to.
And sometimes, from the brewing darkness, Mephisto seems to leech our souls, like the Grim Reaper, calling our names from different directions. But we have to be wary of the Trojan horse, because a great gift is given to him who is at ease in Troy. And that's how he gets destroyed.
Thank you.
Okay, that's really beautiful. So while you guys were doing the whole rendition, I was scared for a minute because, I mean, how quickly can you pick up from where this person stops and, move on, make sense, and stay in line? That was really beautiful. You look like you're almost going to pass out.
Like, I know I give beautiful words to the world, but wow, that came out of me.
Have you guys ever worked together on a piece, on a poem, performed
No,
together
no,
anytime?
no.
Okay, so this is amazing. I kind of think that you were able to stay in line with the idea of if a tomorrow never comes, if the world is to be wrapped up and ends in a minute or ends in yesterday, what would happen? And that's beautiful because it helps to express the theme apocalypse, the end of the world, destruction, and what have you. Yeah. And it was somewhat emotional. The way you did your rendition, it felt like you were doing a love poem and talking. It felt that way, but it was really beautiful, guys. So well done.
Thank you.
So audience, I don't know if you like it, then rate their synergy. All right, do you think that they did a good job? I kind of think that you guys did an amazing job together. So we're going to move to the next segment without much ado. But before then, we'll be right back. Okay guys, welcome back. This is still Lines and Rhymes and it's time for us to get into the good part of the show. So guys, this segment is called the spontaneous rendition. It is self-explanatory as always. You know what this means, yes? So it's like a freestyle.
Okay.
You know, like when you get like a musician to come on stage and in the end of the day you want them to leave and say, okay, just give us a freestyle. Oh my God, give us a freestyle. What happens here is we're going to time you 1 minute, 30 seconds. Each of you individually this time around, you don't have to work together. Now, I will give you a theme and a subject to follow through with, and you give us a spontaneous rendition based off on that. Okay, so our crew will time you 1 minute, 30 seconds. That's all they have on the clock. And by the end of it, you're supposed to have wrapped up, on your poem. Yep. And then the next person continues. It doesn't change. The thing doesn't change. So whoever starts, I'm sorry. For who is the second, you have enough time to think of something to say, all right? So I'll go first. Wow. Wow. So who's going to go first, actually?
He just sold me.
Okay, so your theme on this segment is new life / birth. That's easy, right?
New life.
That's easy.
New life. Birth.
Okay, and your subject to go with is
new life. Okay.
Okay, and your subject to go with, all right, if you are fine, is when the night comes. So it could either be night as in K-N-I-G-H-T or N-I-G-H-T, depending on which one you want to use for your rendition. So when the night comes, your theme, new life or new birth.
Okay.
We're good?
Yeah.
So backstage, they're going to have your clock running. 1 minute, 30 seconds is all you have. Delight, you want to go first?
Yeah.
Okay. You guys, you have your timers ready, right? So your time starts now.
When the night comes, we go to our beds and we fall asleep. In that moment, we die somehow because we are unconscious of what goes on around us. At that moment, we do not remember what the day before that was all about. And when the day comes, we are given a new life. We are born again, this time not for any faith. We are born again into the world with ourselves. When the night comes, we pray and we tell God, oh dear Lord, we want to be born again in the way that we were not yesterday. We want to be born again in a very different way. This time we want to correct the mistakes of yesterday. Oh dear Lord, this is my prayer to you as a new soul because I have been born again. When the night comes, all I say in my bed is that the well of creativity never goes away from me. When the night comes, my time is up.
I can't believe you did that to that amazing poem. Is that part of the poem? Just tell me it's part of it.
Yeah, it is.
That was really beautiful, for crying out loud. So I kind of feel when I look at you, you want to laugh.
Yes.
So I was trying not to look at you, but then I love the poem, so I have to look at you. That's really beautiful, Delight, actually. When the night comes. We'll talk about what you thought about when, you were choosing the words for this poem and then the message basically behind it. Okay?
There's a message.
There's no message.
Okay,
Okay, you know what? Let's just move straight on to Agbe.
When the night comes, we become knights. We put on the cloak of chivalry. It's time to fight. When the night comes, we realize that yesteryears needs to be corrected. And how best can we do this other than stand up for our rights? When the night comes, we take the bull by its horns. If it refuses, we cut off the head of the bull. When the night comes, we become obedient. When the night comes, we learn that change is constant. And the only thing that is constant is change. So we learn to change. When the night comes, we move. We refuse to be subjected by relics. And those ones who have ruled us so that we are forgotten. So that we're forgotten that they've ruled us for so long. When the night comes, it becomes a long walk to freedom.
Okay. It's time out. And same thing applies. Okay, so it's really beautiful considering it's on kind of on the spot thing, all right? You said something in your poem. When the night comes, the only thing constant is change, and change is constant. But then you said when the night comes, we learn to change. So how do you change the constant? What were you thinking when you said that, though? What did you mean, basically, is what I'm trying to get.
Okay, what I mean by changing.
Change. Yeah.
Just some sort of oxymoron, basically.
Okay.
Not necessarily.
Okay. That's really beautiful.
I just leave that to
Okay.
the audience to figure out.
So, but that was really beautiful. For someone who just, sat on the spot and created something, I kind of think that that's really, really beautiful. Same thing applies to you. Like, what were you thinking when you chose the words for When the Night Comes? Did it ring a bell of memory or anything?
I don't even remember what I said. I don't remember what I said, actually. It just came.
Yeah.
When we sleep, we somehow die. So
Yeah.
and then you're waking up the next day. It's like a new birth. And I just wanted to play around with that.
So follow our guest, Agbe, on social media. You'll find his handle right below. Same thing applies to our lovely and beautiful and smiling Delight. Her handle on all socials right below. And follow Lines and Rhymes on YouTube and Instagram. And of course, follow Wealth Wilson on YouTube and Instagram. Why are you laughing? They should follow me.
They should.
All right, guys, that's how we wrap up the show for this particular episode. I hope you liked it. So just like and subscribe, okay? We'll be right back with another exciting, entertaining, and amazing episode. So keep a date with us.